Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
Hello and welcome to the Popternative podcast, the podcast and talk show where we have digital discussions from the worlds of TV, film, pop culture, news, lifestyle, everything really depending on the guest we talk about it all. As always, I'm your host, Peter Remoliotis. On social media, you know me as PD Beats. My guest is an actress, dancer, singer. You'll recognize her from the film Hairspray. Nikki Blonsky is with us. Nikki, welcome to Popternative.
Hello, how are ya?
I'm doing well, thank you. How have you been during
I'm
these crazy times?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well, just trying to stay 6 feet apart. And I'm working right now, so that's cool.
Oh, absolutely. One thing I've kind of noticed is, you've been keeping busy, but specifically, I mean, the TikTok stuff kind of exploded for you. Did you kind of always know that you wanted to do the TikTok stuff, or was it kind of just like, do you feel like you were forced into it, like a lot of
I
people?
feel no. TikTok for me, I wanted to do. First, when somebody first was like, "Hey, have you heard about TikTok?" I'm like, "What is this?" I went on and I was like, "I feel like if I do one, then we're just gonna keep going." And that's what happened. I was like, I just can't stop. I can't stop TikToking. It's been a blast. Yeah. So I had no idea. And then I decided over the summer, I enlisted the help of a couple of my friends, and I was like, hey, we should redo like Good Morning Baltimore, but let me sit on the hood of your car. So we did the Baltimore challenge on TikTok. And then I came out on TikTok this summer. So
Nice.
TikTok and I have a very deep relationship apparently that they don't know about.
Yes, and you coming out on TikTok received a lot of buzz, a lot of press around that. Did you kind of like when you're kind of making an announcement like something like that? I mean, I guess a lot of things kind of come to mind. When did you kind of realize that it was kind of the right time and place to kind of come out with that news, Nikki?
Well, I felt like everybody was taking the time during the quarantine to like self-reflect and I found myself starting to write a book and a couple of screenplays, and I found myself being very, very honest in my book. And I said to myself, you know what, if we're gonna write this, just you have to be yourself authentically, 100%. And I just felt like it was just time to let the world know. I don't know why. It was just something building up inside of me over years, over time. And so I went to my team and I was like, hey, I want to come out. I'm ready. And they were super supportive. And then one thing led to another, and now you have a TikTok of me just living my best life, dancing away to Diana Ross's "I'm Coming Out."
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of people recognize you from Hairspray, and we're not going to sugarcoat it. I mean, when that came out, that was a big deal. That was the talk of the town. Like everyone was kind of talking about that movie.
You know what? It's so wild to me. Like here we are 14 years later, and I'm just so thankful. That's what I am. I'm so incredibly thankful that people still love the movie, still watch it. Aren't I think what I'm finding now is the people that like the teenagers that watched it when like say I got the movie that were like my age are now like having kids and they're exposing it to their kids and they're sharing it and now it's becoming like a family thing, and I love that. So I'm just so thankful that Hairspray is still around, that people, still listen to the music and love Tracy, and that they still say hi to me every now and then. It means a lot.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the movie has like a big shelf life. Like it feels like people just kind of continue to kind of to watch it over the years.
I think the thing with Hairspray is, and I was in it, and I know every song front to back. But the thing is that even I could be in like a crappy mood or something could not be going right, and if I hear that bum 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 bum, I'm like I can't help but just get a little pep in my step. And the songs always just bring so much just enjoyment and life to
Mhm,
people, and I think that's why. I think that's part of the magic of Hairspray is like it tells such a massive, important story,
mhm.
but we deliver it through some of the most like fun songs ever.
No,
So
absolutely. No, for sure. But it's one of those things too, like you did mention it. I mean, you did the film 14 years ago, and since then you've worked on other projects, you've done other things, you've been busy. And obviously it was a huge part of your life, right? But like
yeah,
what do you kind of think about the dynamic? Because I've talked to a lot of people that are in, like what some of my favorite movies growing up, like The Sandlot and The Mighty Ducks, right? They did that movie like such a long time ago, right? And like they might have other things they want to promote, but everyone wants to kind of talk about something they did 14 years ago. Like, what do you kind of think about that dynamic? It was a big part of your life.
I think it's incredibly important to pay homage to your past and where you come from and, absolutely look forward to where you're going. I'm super excited about the projects that I'm doing right now. I'm filming a movie right now. I'm having a blast doing that. So while I'm always very, very pumped to talk about future experiences and things that are coming up, I love going back to Hairspray Land and I love telling the stories and I love talking about it because it was and it still is such a massive part of my life every single day. And it's very much what gave me my start in this business and really just kind of like kicked off my late teens into the rest of my life. So I will always pay homage and show an immense amount of respect for Hairspray. And I'll talk about it until the day I die because I just love talking about it. Like it's fun. It's just fun for me.
No, absolutely. But it was a like it just kind of seemed like it just was like that kind of window of the movie coming out, like the 1 or 2 year window was just like insane for you, kind of like just dealing with everything and press and award shows. Like it was kind of crazy. How did you kind of balance all that?
Well, yeah, that was all new to me. So filming was new to me. I had no idea. I had never been on a movie set before. And then so after like getting over that and like learning, movie set etiquette and like how to work and how to make a movie after learning that, then jumping into award season and Hairspray came out in July, so we were shocked that when in January and it was award season that we were still thought about and still nominated. We were blown away, like we were so happy. And then when I got the personal nomination for the Golden Globe, that right there threw me for a loop. I still can't believe that happened. So for me, yeah, it set us into a lot of for me it was a lot of learning. A lot of
Absolutely.
learning went on, and a lot of adjusting on the fly and being like, yeah, okay, this is life and all right. But I don't think you ever really get used to like the amount of fame that Hairspray has garnered. Like people just, yeah, they love it. And I love that. It makes me happy.
It is.
Because I feel
Yeah.
like I did my job.
Oh, absolutely. And it's pretty crazy to think of like how important that movie is, and like some certain songs like "You Can't Stop" to be like those songs are important to a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite songs also is the song that goes over the end credits. We come so far, got so far to go, and I feel like that song is so important right now. I feel like that's like the state of the world. Like we've come so far, but we've got so far to go. So, yeah, I think for me, all of the songs, but "You Can't Stop the Beat" is the one that I do sing a lot. But lately, I've been singing a lot of "Without Love." I've been really into "Without Love."
If I'm going to be completely honest with you, and I feel like this is because the fact that I did go to a school that was known for its performing arts. We did a lot of musicals, and it was crazy. Like we were a high school. Shout out to St. George's High School in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and it was a show. It was a school that was known for like our productions were crazy. Like our sets were amazing and everything.
I went to a school like that as well. Yeah.
So, but my point is, musicals were very popular, right? Maybe too popular to the point where like "You Can't Stop the Beat" was literally played by everyone on freaking disc jock, like Walkmans all the time. Like get out of here! Like it was like you could escape that song.
I know. I have parents say to me, "You have no idea how many times I've heard 'Good Morning Baltimore," and I'm like, "I'm so sorry."
I know.
Like while I'm like, "Thank you so much for like for playing it in your household." I'm sorry because hearing anything for the 700th time has got to be nails on a chalkboard.
Absolutely. You're very active on social media. Social media obviously could be a very like a double-edged sword, obviously, with a lot of things out there. I mean, at one point, Hairspray was a huge part of your life, and people kind of do like throwbacks and tweet and everything. I just wanted to know, without kind of going into detail. I mean, how do you kind of like look at kind of social media and kind of take it kind of for what it is type thing? Because there's a lot going on social media. We all know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for me, social media, I take it for what it is.
Yeah.
I take everything with a grain of salt, every comment, and I've taught myself over the years after having social media, that even the negative comments, those are coming from places of insecurity or people's own struggles or whatever. So how I act on my social media, like that's for me, and that's so I'm always very, very true to myself, and just upbeat and happy. But I've gotten a ton of hate comments and whatever. And I just always choose to rise above. I think it's incredibly important to just stay true to who you are. And while it's important to include people on your journey,
Yeah.
make it your journey.
I feel like the thing that kind of drives me crazy too is like I'm starting to kind of see it too because our show's doing more popular and everything, and there's a lot of comments and like you look at a lot of these comments that get posted and you're just like, one, like why is this person saying this? And then two, it's just like, what do they think is gonna happen by like
Yeah.
posting
Well,
this?
yeah. What do you think is going to happen? Like, what good could possibly come from this? I know I did a cameo one time. I do cameos, and
Yeah.
those are so much fun. And I did one time without any makeup on. And the person wrote back, she looked a hot mess. And I was like, well, excuse me that I didn't put on my SAG Awards gown to do this cameo for you. Like, are you kidding me? So in the cameo back to the person, I was like, well, your friend said I looked a hot mess in the last cameo, so I redid it. Like, I was like, I'm just gonna like put it out there. Your friend told me I look like crap, so
I
there you
think
go.
they're gonna
Now,
also
now go yell at your friend for telling me that I look like crap.
But definitely, there's definitely a lot of like attention seeking like tweets too. Like someone might tweet at you, be like, "Nikki, like I don't like you, like get over yourself or something." But like they actually deep down like you, and they just want your attention, basically.
Oh
Like
yeah.
that
Well,
happens a lot. That
it's
drives me
like,
nuts.
the kid in elementary school who like has a crush on somebody else, the little boy
That's like
who
social
sits there and
media.
like teases the little girl. That's all it is. It's just with adults with social
Mhm,
media accounts. And so that's all they're doing with their comments is annoying you just to get your attention. That's
mhm.
all it is. And right there, you should be like, well, I guess I'm pretty darn special that you're sitting here poking me like a bear. So
Yeah,
good for
absolutely.
you.
What have you kind of noticed? You say you're working right now on a movie. In terms of kind of like obviously the way they make movies and the way content is being made and disseminated is a lot different than when it was like when you were working on Hairspray in 2006, right? It's a lot
Yeah.
different. What do you kind of notice the biggest changes in terms of how you kind like how you're making movies or how movies are being kind of consumed by the audience, Nikki?
I think Netflix and Hulu and Amazon and everything kind of changed the game and has given us actors so many more platforms, which I know I'm personally incredibly thankful for. But I think it's changed the way like we view certain movies or like the whole movie experience. Like going to the theaters, and obviously now we can't go because of COVID. So we're all extra special thankful for Netflix and all of those streaming platforms. But for actors, yeah, I think set is a totally different environment. Sets are usually super like huggy, lovey, and everybody's like happy to be there. And while we are all like want to hug each other right now, we're all just kind of like doing elbow bumps and being like, yeah, because we can't, it's COVID. But I think it's really, really important to, yeah, maintain your safe space and keep your health, but also, yeah, have fun on set and still laugh and joke around. And we're definitely doing that on this movie. While it's a very intense movie, we are definitely having fun.
In terms of the content that you like to kind of create and work, like the type of movies you like to work on, I mean, the answer to this question might be like no, it might, but it's like is musicals, is that kind of your wheelhouse? Is that something you really like to do, or is it like do you like comedy? Do you like drama? Like what's the kind of wheelhouse for Nikki Blonsky?
You know what? I think for me, I think it started off in obviously in musicals,
Yep.
but no, I think over my career, different roles that I've taken, I've definitely gotten more into just like comedy and more mainstream. Because like think about it, like how many major movie musicals are they doing like every year? Not like every once in a while they'll churn out one, but like if I were to tell myself, oh, you're only going to do movie musicals, think of what a box I would put myself in. And when I got bitten by the acting bug, it wasn't just by the musical bug. It was by acting in
Mhm.
general. Like I just wanted to be making different projects of all different genres and drama and horror. And so I think for me, no, I wanna play in all the different sandboxes. I want to experience everything. I've made dramas, I've made indies, I've made intense, funny comedies. So for me, it's just about the character and what draws me to
Absolutely.
the character and the message of the movie.
Well, it's funny you mentioned because you're also a singer as well. You sing, and it's funny because the thing about not being put in a box. It's funny because I've been kind of interviewing a lot of bands and artists lately, and I think the ones that I'm the most excited to listen to because obviously like Spotify is crazy these days, and like people are listening to bands and artists all the time on Spotify, and there's all these playlists and everything. The artists that like literally like you can call that artist like 8 genres of music are the ones that I like respect the most. Like I
Same
love it.
here. There's somebody currently that I'm obsessed with her music, like obsessed. She covers so many different genres, but the most fascinating thing about her is how transcending her voice is. And I don't know if you've heard of her. Her name is LP, and she sings a song called "The One That You Love." And I mean, it's just like this big power song. And I mean, she can belt, she can sing in her head voice. I mean, it's gorgeous, almost operatic tones at some points.
Yeah.
So for me, artists who cover a bunch of different things and give you a full experience in a song, that's what I'm all
Exactly.
about.
There's this artist named Poppy,
Hmm.
and she does like, I mean, you could put like, you can literally say she's metal, she's rock, she's indie, like it's insane. Like that's what I kind of like. But like, and I'm interviewing a lot of these bands and these artists, and I'm like, and they're kind of saying what you did. They're like, I don't see a need to like. They said they love that their music, their Spotify playlist is like going to Baskin Robbins and like trying different flavors of ice cream. You know what I
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, how can you truly know what you love or what, until you try it? Like, if I would have just said, oh, no, I'm just going to sing forever and not act, because singing is where I started out.
Yeah,
Singing, I've been
absolutely.
singing since I'm 3. So if I was like, oh, I'm just going to sing and not act, then imagine I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't be making movies. So I think it's really important to like not put yourself in a box, not label yourself, be like, this is me and this is what I want to do. And yeah, try all different things and find what you love.
No, absolutely. Well, Nikki, thank you so much for coming on Popternative. I really enjoyed chatting with
Thank
you.
you. I enjoyed chatting with you too. And congratulations on the show. Ride that wave, my friend.
I appreciate that. So people could like, where could people follow you on social media to keep up to date with everything?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at Nikki Blonsky, and then you could follow me over on the TikTok, of course. I call it the TikTok
The
because I'm
TikTok, of
over
course.
30, over 30. So TikTok, yeah, at the real Nikki Blonsky, and of course on Cameo, you can book cameos and Zooms and all that fun stuff with me at cameo.com.
Amazing. Well, seriously, thank you so much for doing this and all the best with your future projects.
Thank you so much to you as well. Happy holidays.
No problem. Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Until next time, this is Nikki Blonsky and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.